It's so cute. You spoke about, dealing with grief, right? And we all at some point हमको करना पड़ता है. बहुत मुश्किल होता है. At any point, if you feel it's difficult for you to have the conversation, you can tell me to try.
Yeah. No, I'm much better now.
Okay.
I'm happy to talk about it because, the pain. Me and my sister, we've learned to deal with the pain. The pain never goes away, and that's the mistake most people do. Is they try to run away from the pain. I think the idea is to learn to live with it, because when you talk about it, you have a smile in your face, although your eyes are teary, but you do have a smile on your face. It's a very hard emotion to get over.
Very depressed. How did you finally deal with it eventually? आज जो आसानी से हम बात भी कर सकते हैं कि तो वो कैसा था?
So basically what happened was when my parents passed away in a year's time, my dad and my mom, and I was extremely close to my mom, but I couldn't come for her funeral. I couldn't see her at the end. So I think it just was very difficult because there was no closure for me. And there's never a closure. Even if you are there with your parents till the end, it's not a closure. It's just, you satisfy yourself by saying closure chahiye, closure chahiye. There's never closure when you lose your loved ones. So I was in London, and I knew there was something missing. There was something wrong. There was something terribly wrong, and I couldn't tell what it was. One day I just went to I had a fabulous GP in London. He was a Sri Lankan doctor, and I went to him and I just looked at him and I started crying. He's a very senior man, and I said, I need help. I think there's something wrong. And he's like, what happened? And I said, I'm grieving. My mom's passed away. My father passed away last year. And he immediately, because they're very, very good with mental health issues in the UK. So immediately he got me to a counselor, and we had a chat. And she put me on to antidepressants. But I was a mother of a very young girl. Anushka was, I think, all of 4 years old or something. And she had classes and she had school. And so I used to take her to school. I used to wake up, I used to take her to school, come back home, sleep. Wake up, pick her up, come back home, sleep. Take her for her classes, sleep in the car because the class was just 1 hour. And I remember other mothers say, Shilpa, get up. Her class is over.
Oh God.
So I used to go, I was like a zombie, literally like a zombie. I don't know whether everybody knows, or I'm not sure whether I should take names on this particular thing, but I also went to a very dear friend of mine who's very, very popular, who's a medium.
Okay.
And he changed my life.
Really?
And he called me from Canada, and he said to me that do not take the pills. And I had not told him I was on the pills. And he said, do not take the pills.
He already knew.
Yeah, he knew somehow, because I think my parents had connected with him or whatever. And he said, don't take the pills because it's not good for you. You'll cope. Mom and dad are there watching over you. And he kept telling me that mom and dad are fine, don't worry, don't stress too much. And that day in the morning when I woke up, I didn't touch the tablets. I said, no, you know what, I'll fight it, I'll do it. It was extremely difficult. I was also doing counseling. I had a counselor. I used to go to every day. The NHS looked after me so well when it came to mental health.
Sure.
But it wasn't enough. There was still something missing. I was still looking for something. I did everything this person told me. And it just so happened that I was coming back to India in December. And I told my sister, I said, I don't want to come because I was going to go back home where my parents were. And I told my sister only one thing. I said, Chinu, I don't want to go back to an empty home. I don't want to open the door on my own because I've always so long been when parents open the door and they're at the airport to pick me up. Sometimes Papa used to come inside the airport to pick me up, things like that. And I said, I'm not going to come to India. I was so scared. I was so frightened to go back home. And my Masi came from Pune. My sister was there. Gautam was born, so Gautam was there as well. And my entered the house, and first thing I went to my mom's room, and I just I think cried and cried and cried because I'd not seen her.
Yeah.
And she was everywhere in that home. She was everywhere around in that house. And then my sister told me there is a psychotherapist, and she is at Friends, because my sister was also grieving and she was doing her part to become okay. And she said that there is a psychotherapist and I think you should go see him. He's really good. He's made a lot of difference to other people. And I'll take his name because he is Vikram Reddy. I called him up and I said, I need to see you. I think I need help. I said, I don't think, I know I need help. And he said, okay, come to me. He was in Nariman Point and he used to work few days in Nariman Point and few days in Carter Road.
Okay.
And I went to him and he said, it's going to be 4 days that you need to come every day, and you go tell your husband today that he's going to see a different Shilpa in 4 days. And I was like, okay, I hope it works. But I just went with knowing that I needed to get okay.
Sure.
And he changed my life.
So lovely.
He changed my life. He taught me to cope with my parents' loss. I speak to my parents every day. I speak to them like they are with me, they are around me, and I know they are there with me. And I miss them. I can't hear their voice, and we don't have, unfortunately, phones the, lekin us time pe you don't realize the need to take videos and take pictures with your parents. So even if you see my Instagram, I have most of my mom's pictures that are old. I don't have any picture with her or my dad in today's time. I must tell you that I wouldn't have been able to do that without my husband, my daughter and my sister.
How lovely.
I mean, they were there. They were just there. I knew that, I don't know, they were just there.
But like we saw in the house as well, you always maintain that the people who stand by you, you will always stand by them. इसीलिए वो जो रिश्ता बनाया आपने, घर के अंदर, with Chum and with Karanveer, वो आज भी दिखता है. कुछ ही दिन पहले की बातें आई थी, you all keep meeting, and to see those happy faces, and you had said कि तुम देखना घर के बाहर. In the show, people have moved on, there. You said कि अगर मैं ये शो के लिए कर रही हूँ ना, तुम देखना घर के. But it also shows that you've been through so much of, losing people in your life. And that I think if अगर आप रिश्ते बनाते हो, तो I think it's for lifelong.
Also I think for me there's regard for human beings, which I feel in somewhere down the line in today's generation that's missing. And who's to judge कि कौन किसके वजह से रिश्ता बना रहा है? I mean, I learned one thing from the house, that you'd never be able to please the world. There'll always be two type of people, one who will like you and one who will not like you.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything for the people to like you because they anyway like you. And you don't have to do anything for the people who don't like you because they will always anyway not like you. So, I mean, just be yourself. And like Karan used to always say to me, and I actually follow it a lot, that if you do something, take onus of it and move on. So for me,
you did that.
I did that and I'm doing that. And I think my life has really changed because Big Boss has actually changed the way I think, the way I look at people, the way I look at life, and it just gave me an opportunity to reflect back to myself. And when I've come out, I got so much love with everyone saying that आप इतनी graceful थी, आपने लड़ाई नहीं किया, आपने झगड़ा नहीं किया. I said, लेकिन what do I fight about? Fight about things that are not even so important. Yeah, okay, it's a show and people have to see and they like all those things. But you're there to show yourself, right? You can't be like others.